What up, New Game in Order? This is your co-CEO, co-producer, Alex Lexus, Nelson Rios, and the New Gaming Order staff. Mine is Gokin86. So, we got Shinwar, Brother Nuke, and On Your Knees with us. So, going around the table, we're opening comments. Shinwar, anything that you want to bring to the audience real quick before we get started?
We're at the end of the week. I don't have anything. I really don't have anything to say.
Oh, no games that you're looking forward to?
Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I think in a couple weeks. What else is coming out?
MK?
Yeah, that's in April. MK in April, but I'm pretty sure we'll probably talk about that stuff tonight. But yeah, looking forward to Dragon Ball. Hope it doesn't suck like the other two that came out previously.
That's all. No comment. Noop, any opening comments?
Hello everyone. If you check out my page, Noob1949, I've been putting up a lot of gameplay videos. I just did a set Overdrive. Not really a review, but just my impressions of the game because it's got mixed reviews, and I was compelled to do a little, I guess a voiceover talk about it because I don't like open world games, but I actually had fun with that one. I mean, I had more fun with that than Grand Theft Auto. And that's saying a lot.
Thank you.
I way more fun, man, because it's so unpredictable and random, and I didn't feel like I was in the same place the whole game. But yeah, it's on the playlist, gameplay videos. Keep supporting us, man. Thank you for all the love and support you guys have been showing us.
All right, and New Gaming Order, Nuke was streaming a Battlefield Hardline demo, and to me, it's like a cops and robbers thing, but we'll probably talk about that later in the podcast. But he provided a lot of content with the heist mode, and I guess like capturing the cars and all that, so that was good footage. Yeah. All right, appreciate and on your knees, any comments before we get started?
Is he even there?
What?
I don't see him there. You see a chair.
Unbelievable. All we got is a chair in the background, but it's all good. All right. Nelson, opening comments before we get started.
Welcome to the podcast of February 5th of 2015. As you see, we have Noop's footage below, so you'll be viewing that while we broadcast this podcast. And we have some music to provide the stupid silence that we've been having, so hopefully you guys like it. Now, I'm gonna shut up, so On Your Knees can say his
opening comment.
Yeah,
all we saw was a chair, and the audience was like, "Hey, where's Chris?"
You guys were taking too long to start, so I made a beverage.
Unbelievable.
Yo, beverage, I'm getting off.
It's a hot chocolate.
It should be tea, man, like Kermit the Frog. But that's none of my business.
What are you trying to say?
Choke on my dinner roll.
Thank you.
Choke on what? Hold on. Let's
my dinner roll. Shut up.
Let's get started. New Gaming Order. First topic of today: Halo Master Chief Collection, and a couple of rumors with a company that you might know, Bungie, floating around. But just to kind of set the foundation for this, now 343 Studios has been crucified for what has happened with the online multiplayer for Master Chief, or Master Beef Collection as New Gaming Order refers to it. And what? I remember On Your Knees had said sometime back on another podcast that the game was rushed. Like a lot of these games are rushed to hit a certain quota. Master Chief Collection was definitely rushed before getting so it can make it for the holiday season to help push the Xbox and so on and so forth. But then you got Assassin's Creed Unity, like they did that 40 gig patch, but it fixed the game. You know what I mean? Now the business model. Well, it made it better than it was.
No, it didn't.
Okay. Said,
but I'll give Nelson
40 gig patch?
It literally it's like you download the game again for the most part.
That's how fucked the game was. You had to download it again.
Because they rushed it, they put it out, and so on and so forth. But I went to reply to Review Tech USA video. He said that the Master Chief Collection is a complete and utter failure. I disagree. yes, the multiplayer does take a little bit of time to get folks in there. I mean, honestly, the way that Titanfall did the online multiplayer, like, okay, if you don't have a certain player, they should have like a bot or an AI or something to kind of cut the time down with trying to find players. You know what I mean? Just
Gears of War did that.
Yeah, I mean, keep it rolling. You know what I mean? So 343, if you guys happen to catch eyes on this video, you might want to think about that, especially like for Halo 5 Guardians down the line this year. You know, you don't want to mess that one up because that's the new Halo for your new system. But you know, I just wanted to bring that up, and then it's gonna be like a dual topic because there's rumors that Microsoft is somewhat trying to reacquire Bungie. Now the tweet that was put out there all of a sudden got deleted. So maybe in you know, the situation with 343 fumbling the ball, I don't want to blame them too much because Microsoft pushed them. They made them rush the game. I think if 343 had more time, the game would have came out the way that it was supposed to be. You know, poor guys are pretty much taking the heat for everything. But with that being said, you know what? You know, starting with Shinwar, your thoughts on
What
you know
the heck?
what? Oh, you want to go last?
No, that's me, yo. I'm sorry. Put me in this little car and I gotta race a train. Go ahead, though.
Unbelievable. But Shinwar, with the multiplayer situation for Master Chief Collection, do you think it's a failure? I think Review Tech was actually reaching a little bit too far, but I do respect his opinion. You know what I mean? But I think that given enough time, you know, they would have had the game released in its prime form. But you know, now it's the new business model. They put the game out, we'll patch it later because there's the internet and all that. And you know, this whole rumor about them trying to reacquire Bungie. You know, what are your thoughts on this, and what possibilities could this open for that franchise?
Well, I feel that the multiplayer for the Master Chief Collection has gotten just a tad bit better. It still needs work. You remember me, you, Nelson, and Nuke, and you know, encountering those matchmaking issues. You know, you know, when, let's say, if we had to wait like 20 minutes just to get into a match, and then when we get into the match, not all of us may make it into it, or it's just a mess. I think Review Tech was a little harsh. It's not that bad, but it still needs work. I didn't hear the thing about Microsoft trying to reacquire Bungie.
Yeah, that's new. That just started populating like around today. So
that doesn't surprise me. I mean, maybe they're trying to stick it to Sony, but that doesn't surprise me. But I believe with the beta, since you know we're all in that beta program, for the patch, you know, they're really gonna iron out these kinks. But just like you said, Alex, they shouldn't have rushed that game. I mean, even when you look at the older Halo games, those matchmakings were fine.
Yeah, they're stable.
It was stable.
Yeah.
So, but even though they have everything collectively in one game, in one playlist per se, even though it's broken down, they should have just take their time with it and not rush it out. But they're dependent upon the internet, just like everybody else, to patch their games.
Yeah, and so you know what? That meme that you put with Super Nintendo 10 years without playing it, but not needing a BIOS update. Back then, the games were contained like, hey, we have to make sure this is good. But now they got this complacent mindset like, you know, we know it's jacked up, but we'll patch it later. You can't do that. You can't do that.
That's not good for business.
Yeah, you know, that's. But, Noop, what are your thoughts on, you know, this rumor with, you know, Microsoft trying to reacquire Bungie and, you know, Review Tech saying that Master Chief Collection is a complete and utter failure? I like I said, I still think that's a bit overreaching, but
that's
you know,
overreaching.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be straight up. The game is worth the amount of money for the single player experience alone.
Yes.
I mean, and we're gonna get ODST for free, so you're getting 5 Halo games, 5 of the greatest single player campaigns in first person shooter history. You know what I mean? And you're paying what, $10 and some change for each game, or about $8 for each game, or something like that. I mean, that's great. The graphical updates were great. You know, as far as them being rushed out, I mean, Microsoft, you know, they had to sell systems and they had to sell software. And there's Halo. I mean, whenever you mention Halo, you're talking to millions. You know, and I saw that the game sold like 1 million worldwide the first week. So you can't really call it financially. It wasn't a failure. As a game, I would say the online. Yeah, you can probably say the online fell off, you know what I mean, or it's a failure. But you can't call the complete game a failure because there's more to games than just multiplayer.
Yeah.
But I agree. Like, we talked about this a very long time ago. I don't know if you remember. We talked about these guys putting out these incomplete games and say, oh, we'll patch it later. That's not fair to people like me. And like, I'm the type of person, you got one time for me to spend $65 on your broke game. I'm not buying nothing else from you. I'm not buying anything else from you. No, I'm not. No, I'm not, yo.
You need it.
Many companies over the years, yo. I've cut off so many companies because you have to show them until we stand up and show them that, hey, you know what I mean? I care about where I spend my money, and you can't just shovel crap to me or I'm not gonna buy it. Guess what? They're gonna keep shoveling crap because they're like, you know what? They're gonna buy it anyway. That's what's gonna happen.
Okay. On your knees, what are your thoughts?
I think I said in a previous podcast most of what I need to say. I mean, you ship the game broken. That's just bad shit. Noob has the right idea. If you want them to stop these practices, stop pre-ordering and don't buy any more games until they get their shit right. So, I mean, to go on his point, I don't buy EA games. I don't buy most of Activision games. I still buy Blizzard, but that's a little different. I don't buy BioWare and a bunch of other ones too, and I'm sure you guys don't buy some either, just because of their bad practices. But in terms of the rumors, according to the website you gave us, it's off of NeoGAF. As much as a shithole that place is, they are pretty accurate with rumors from my experience. So,
and yeah, they had a track record. Like, they've been right when they put stuff out. So imagine.
But you got to read it into the thing that. The post says some big revelations happening with 343 Microsoft. All I could say is we're in for a big change. All that could be is that they're buying the rights back of the Halo series for 343. They may just be buying the rights back to the game. That's a rather vague thing that can mean a lot of things.
Now imagine, let's say some folks were to dissect that a little more. Let's say they snatch everything from 343, right? And kick them to the curb. That'd be kind of messed up. You know what I mean?
Well, they have a full studio. They can make their own games, or at least partner with who they need to. But considering the multiplayer snafu that the latest Halo had, they want to get that shit under control.
So where does Bungie come into? Where did that, all of a sudden, why are people throwing that into the mix?
I don't fucking know.
Because it's funny, other YouTubers and Review Tech even made a video about this, as we're going live today.
Well,
so
you gotta remember too. There's a lot of bad journalism out there. They see this one line and it just carries on forever and ever, and it gets repeated. Shit gets changed. Like the guy who did the Flappy Bird app. He doesn't make 100,000 a day or whatever they were saying in ads, but that was just whatever number was repeated or was stated was just repeated over and over. But that proper research wasn't done. But this is the original source. This one post here. You put it on the Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's right there. That's exactly what it is. Read into it what you will.
Yeah.
But that's all there is. You gotta wait for more announcements or wait for more rumors to come out.
Okay. All right. And Nelson, bring this topic home. What are your thoughts on what we were discussing?
Well, in my honest opinion, Halo the Master Chief Collection needs to get this shit together. I bought the game. I probably only played the multiplayer at least 5 times ever.
That's a lie.
No. It's not. That's the thing. I got on 5 times only when I was invited to play. I never had the drive to pick it up myself and just play the game.
So you didn't play with us, Nelson?
You're not getting the point.
You don't count, Alex.
Stop the trolling. Anywho, as what Shinmura was saying about several people being a part of the preview program, they're giving us an update to see how well things go out when they're ready to roll it out. And well, I guess we'll be testing it for however long we want it. Hopefully.
And it was delayed too, till like mid-February, like later this month.
I mean, if it's delayed, it's fine. I mean, I'd rather for them to be sure and positive that something will work instead of just pushing it up like, oh, we need to get the money, guys, come on. But
Shut up.
every company shouldn't just jump the gun just to force the game to come out and then update it later. But that's the age that we live in now. It's not like how it was back then when we get completed Super Nintendo games or completed PlayStation games. Like you had to play with whatever was on the disc and be content with it. But this recent thing that you're talking about, that Microsoft is trying to acquire Bungie,
I beg your pardon, was that your foot?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about this. So I can't put my 2 cents on it. But if they're trying to seize control over, the consoles of Sony and Microsoft, I guess it'll be a good opportunity for them. But what else more can Bungie offer besides Destiny in the future?
Here's my thing.
The thing is, a lot of people, myself included, sometimes the name is worth it.
Yes.
And I mean, when people say, you know what, the next Halo is being made by Bungie, it might be the same exact people from 343 just under the Bungie umbrella. But because people see Bungie, those people who played Halo 1, 2, and 3, they're like, oh, Bungie's back, and they're gonna buy it. So
Or
it
Destiny.
might just be, it might just be the namesake, I think.
But I guess to kind of do the bookend on this, it's something where if a five time
Booker T's booking, yo.
But
the rock bottom modified.
Unbelievable. But
You want Spotify.
if there any truth to that rumor, I would not want it to happen. I think Bungie served its purpose to Microsoft, and now they're already firmly planted in multi-console, PC, Xbox One, and PS4. It would start the whole flame and fanboy fights and all that. Like, you know what? Everybody gets to enjoy what Bungie was offering to the Microsoft brand. They get to see what the first 3 Halos were all about, in the sense where this is what Bungie was able to create. You know what I mean? So, like, if you play Destiny, those of you who like, my first impression, this felt like an old Halo game. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that they would hurt the gaming industry as a whole, like the consumer, especially on the PC and the PS4 side of the house. Like, why snatch them away like that? That's just kind of messed up, So, we'll see how it pans out. But bringing this particular topic to a close, those of you who are joining us live, stand by. We got some little music in the background for your entertainment. For our YouTube people, we're gonna split this up, and join us for the next segment where we're gonna hit another topic. So thank you for supporting, and we'll see you in a few minutes for those sticking around. So this has been the staff. We'll see you in a few minutes.